Okay, good day, guys. This is MFX, yeah, and welcome you all back to my wonderful channel where I share my trading journey and my thoughts, and I try my best to share my ideas and the little I understand and the little I know about trading and also technical analysis. So basically, today I won't be doing any major stuff like showing you guys some technical analysis stuff and all that. But I'm just going to be sharing my journey. I'm going to be sharing, okay, I would share a trade I took, which actually didn't go well, but I'll share what I was thinking and what I was expecting and how the whole trade went. So the last video I dropped on the channel, basically we were the last video I dropped on the channel was about my previous week performance. That was in the month of June. I was talking about my previous week performance, and I remembered in that video, I think I had two break even and one losses, if I'm not mistaken. Two break even and two losses, sorry, two break even, two losses on that video. It was a total of four trades, two break even, two losses on that video. And we were still up 10K on that count. I told you guys that I was trading a prop firm competition account, and my plan was to be in the first position. So um, the whole thing went sideways, although I didn't blow the account, but I went into a drawdown and I closed the account. Let me show you guys. And that was last month, the month, oh, it's not here. That was last month, the month of June. We are currently in July. So at the end, I think the last the second to last week of June, I was having a whole lot of losses, so I just left the whole thing. And a lot was actually happening to me then. So I just left the whole thing and stopped trading from the last week of June down to 14th of July. So I've been off the chart from the last week of June down to 14th of this month, which was just yesterday I decided to I got my old sheet back and did some meditation, did some review on myself, something like a retreat, and dedicated and fully ready to hit my goal. So um we closed the account with a 5K profit, which is not ideal. It wasn't my target in any way. And in order for me to win or to be among the top three winners in this pub competition, actually the pub is meant funding competition. So in order for me to win, to be among the top three winners, I need to make a minimum of 20% of the top account of 200K capital. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to start afresh in the month of August. So this month have already gone by. We've already passed the first half of the month. So in the second half of the month, I I don't want to frustrate, but I will still keep taking trades on this month's account. But I'm going to hit the whole thing. I'm going to go fully in, all in on the month of July. Basically, this month, I'm just going to be using it to study, going to be using it to post about um my ideas, post about the things I know concerning trading, technical analysis, and discipline on our channel. So that's that about last month and what has been happening so far. And the reason why it took a long time for me to post another video. I think the last video I posted was like 4 weeks ago. So that's like a month already. So that is that. Let me walk you guys on the trade I took. This should be um okay, I think it was actually today. And I was thinking it was yesterday. So first of all, this trade idea was wrong. The reason why I'm saying this is basically because it was a counter trade and it wasn't anything close to my system. I could remember we made a video concerning how you could take counter trades and make profit out of it. And I made mention of three basic things that I would want to see before I take such a trade, and majorly on a downtrending price. We talked about mitigation of high time PIs. We talked about liquidity gaps. We talked about um, candlestick liquidity gap with candlestick liquidity gap without a body close of the candlestick. Yeah, so we talked about basically this particular things and double MB formation to the opposite side of price. So these are the three things we talked about that we would see in order for us to take a counter trade in a downtrend in price. So there was none of those laws in place or in yeah, there was none of those laws in place. None of them was actually being met here. And still, because I saw this played out. I saw this trade played out. So because I saw this, I decided, yeah, because I saw this trade played out, and I didn't even take this entry. I was looking for a buy here. So what I refined to the 1 minute PR and here. So I was looking for a buyer to take price higher. And the basic reason was something I've talked about in this channel that because I had this POI, unmitigated POI, which is the refined POI that is in the fast POI. So because I had this POI here, I was like, okay, we are going to see price buy before the sale. But I talked about this in one of our videos that majority of the time, when it comes to a downtrending price, you seldom see price doing something like this that I was expecting here. That price doesn't necessarily need to mitigate all POIs, okay? It doesn't necessarily need to mitigate all POIs before selling. That's why you have to stick to what your institutional structure is telling you. And the institutional structure basically was telling us that price is bearish. And what I was supposed to be doing was looking for every possible way to sell and not every possible way to buy and to sell. Because basically I was looking for a way to buy and I was waiting for price to come to this PI and also or to a refined 1 minute PI I had here in order for me to sell. But we could see that none of this expectation came to fruition. So that was wrong and I had this loss. So in this month, July, is part of the major things I want to put to an end. I don't want to take another 10 trades except I see those three laws that we talked about in our videos about what causes change of trend and retracement or pullback. Except we see those three laws or the complete four laws in place. Mitigation of higher time for PI, um, liquidity grab without candlestick body close, and also double MB formation to the opposite side of price. So except I see these three laws being played out, I will not take a counter trade. The reason for this is basically because of structure. And based on my understanding, the only reason why I should take counter trade, I should take a trade to the opposite side of price. For example, let's say we have this, the downtrend in price. The only reason I'm allowed or permitted to take um, a trade to the opposite side of what institutional structure is doing is if I see a break of structure of this low, then a downward formation to the opposite side. What I should be expecting next is for mitigation of the SPI upward. But we didn't see any of that in place here. So that's where I was wrong. So that's that about the what I was looking at. So it was a wrong trade idea. It wasn't my system at all. It wasn't my system of approach. And I wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do that again because it has a way of ruining the profit you've made and also ruining your trade and your discipline and all that stuff. So that's that. The next thing I want to talk about in this video is I want to share my plan publicly because this is me sharing my journey. I want to share my plan, also my journey. So in the month of August and also in this month, this is my plan. My plan is to win the net founding monthly competition, and I am heading and targeting the first position, which has a reward of 400K one-step evaluation account. So this month has already gone far. We are at the second half of the month. I will still trade. It's free. You just have to register and you get your login and basically follow the rules for you to be able to see yourself in the leaderboard also win. So this month has already gone far. So basically, I won't journal this month's competition. I'm not going to show you guys review of like performance and all that, but I'll share other stuff about the analysis. But from the 1st of August, whenever the competition starts, we're going to be sharing everything. Going to be sharing my first trade, second trade, even before I start trading the account. I'm going to make a video about it, and we will work together and achieve the first position reward in the main founding competition in the month of August. So that's just what about this video. That's that about my journey. Thank you guys. And if you find this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share. Peace.